Right now, you might find yourself in a space that feels unfamiliar, a quiet pause between what was and what's coming next. There's a strange stillness inside you, something that doesn't quite have a name. It's not sadness, but it isn't excitement either. It's a kind of emptiness, the calm that follows years of rushing, striving, and worrying. The urgency that once drove your every move has softened. You no longer wake up with the same restless need to control everything. You might have stopped checking your phone obsessively, or maybe those conversations that once drained you have begun to fade into silence. Somewhere deep down, you're wondering if you've lost motivation, if you've somehow given up on the dreams that once kept you awake at night. But what if this isn't defeat? What if this quiet is preparation, the stillness before everything aligns? What you're feeling is not the end of your journey, but the energetic clearing that happens before the next wave of growth arrives. It's like standing in the calm eye of a storm, peaceful, but charged with potential. When you've spent years chasing, forcing, and trying to make things happen, there comes a moment when your soul says, enough, not out of exhaustion, but out of wisdom. You begin to realize that not everything needs your control to unfold perfectly. This is the moment where surrender begins, not the kind that comes from giving up, but the kind that invites something greater to take over. Think of this phase as the energetic vacuum that precedes abundance. It's the space life creates before new blessings arrive. You may not see it, but you're already in transition, shifting from striving to receiving. Where most people keep pushing, you've paused. Where others rush, you've started to breathe. This is not laziness. It's not apathy. It's alignment quietly taking root. Imagine a river flowing downstream. It doesn't argue with rocks or demand that the current change direction. It simply moves around obstacles, always finding its way to the ocean. That's what you're becoming. Fluid, graceful, unhindered by the resistance that once blocked your path. The shift didn't happen overnight. It's been building quietly, deep beneath the surface of your daily thoughts. You've begun to see obstacles differently, not as barriers, but as gentle detours guiding you somewhere more fitting. Panic has slowly been replaced by patience, frustration by flow. The universe operates on paradox. The harder you chase something, the more it eludes you. The moment you release your desperate grip, life begins to deliver. This isn't magic, it's energetic truth. Desperation carries the vibration of lack, and lack only attracts more emptiness. Peaceful expectation, however, radiates abundance. When your energy moves from fear to faith, you begin to magnetize the things that belong to you. Without realizing it, you've crossed that invisible bridge, from resistance to readiness. You may have noticed that your reactions are changing. Situations that once triggered anxiety now barely touch you. Problems that once felt catastrophic now seem manageable, even temporary. You're not avoiding reality. You're perceiving it differently. You're no longer drowning in emotion. You're observing the tide. This calm doesn't come from denial. It's the natural result of inner alignment. As you stop fighting life, your energy field begins to clear itself. The static that once filled your inner frequency, the noise of worry, self-doubt, and control, is dissolving. What remains is clarity. And clarity is what allows the universe to finally respond. When your signal becomes clear, opportunities, people, and synchronicities that were once blocked begin to find you. You've probably been making small changes without thinking much about them, saying no to things that don't inspire you, stepping away from people who drain you, choosing rest over forced productivity. These may seem insignificant, but they're not. They're evidence that your inner compass is coming back online. This is the quiet revolution, the subtle reordering that happens just before your external world transforms. You may not have planned these shifts consciously. They emerge naturally, without effort. Your boundaries are strengthening. Your priorities are rearranging themselves. Your intuition is sharpening, and you can sense what's right for you even before logic confirms it. It's as though an invisible intelligence is fine-tuning your entire system, preparing you for a higher frequency of living. The beauty of this transformation is its simplicity. It doesn't arrive with fireworks or sudden epiphanies. It unfolds quietly, through ease, through gentleness, through ordinary moments that somehow feel lighter than before. Tasks that once drained you now feel manageable. Decisions that used to paralyze you now flow effortlessly. Even the relationships around you are shifting. The ones meant for you are deepening, while others are quietly fading away. This isn't rejection, it's resonance. You're no longer forcing connections that no longer fit your vibration. This is what happens when you stop scattering your energy across unnecessary worries. The more your focus consolidates, the more powerful it becomes, like light turning into a laser beam. People around you will begin to notice. They'll say you seem calmer, more grounded, more sure of yourself. They might wonder what changed, but nothing happened. You're simply doing less of what never worked, less chasing, less controlling, less trying to prove your worth. Abundance works through space, not struggle. It doesn't arrive because you've worked yourself into exhaustion. It arrives because you've created room for it. Think of your life as a cluttered room. For years, it's been filled with old fears, outdated beliefs, unresolved emotions. Every time you choose peace over conflict, every time you walk away from drama, every time you trust instead of forcing, you're clearing the room. You're making space for something beautiful to enter. The emptiness you feel isn't a void to fill. It's fertile soil ready for new growth. This is why abundance often appears when you stop chasing it. The energy of pursuit pushes things away. The energy of peace draws them near. You're learning this in real time, maybe without even realizing it. Even your relationship with time is shifting. You're no longer trapped in the illusion that fulfillment exists somewhere in the future. You're not endlessly replaying the past or worrying about what's next. You're here, present, finally able to breathe in the moment you used to overlook. This presence is the key to everything. Abundance doesn't exist in the future. It can only enter through the now. When your awareness is no longer fragmented, you begin to see what was always available. You notice the open doors, the divine coincidences, the conversations that lead somewhere unexpected. You become aware of the invisible threads connecting everything. This is what it means to wake up. Not in some mystical way, but in the simple act of noticing what's right in front of you. Your energy is now broadcasting at a different frequency, and the world is responding. You might not see it immediately, but people are reacting to you differently. Opportunities are surfacing with less effort. Support is appearing just when you need it. What looks like luck is simply resonance, the universe matching your inner clarity with outer alignment. You've become magnetic, not because you're trying to attract, but because your energy no longer repels. When you were desperate, your vibration was tight, constricted. Now that you've relaxed into trust, your energy has expanded, creating space for miracles to enter. You've become like a lighthouse, steady, luminous, guiding blessings home. Time feels different now, doesn't it? You're not rushing anymore. The hours stretch softly instead of slipping away in anxiety. You've stopped checking the clock, stopped worrying about being behind. You've stopped measuring your worth in productivity. This isn't laziness. This is wisdom finally settling into your bones. You're realizing that your value was never tied to your output. Your worth is intrinsic, unshakable, already complete. This change in your relationship with time is profound. When you stop running, synchronicity can finally catch up with you. You start bumping into opportunities, people, and ideas exactly when you're meant to. The universe doesn't work on your schedule. It works on alignment. And now that you're aligned, everything unfolds at its own divine pace. You might even be noticing shifts in your sleep, your body, your environment. Maybe your dreams feel more vivid, more meaningful. Maybe you're waking up with ideas that feel like whispers from a higher source. Your body is adjusting to a new, energetic rhythm. It's no longer running on adrenaline and fear. It's resting, healing, preparing for the abundance you're stepping into. Even your physical surroundings reflect this shift. You might find yourself cleaning, decluttering, rearranging your space, not out of obligation, but instinct. You're unconsciously making room for new energy. Your outer world is mirroring your inner transformation. The people around you are changing too. Some are drawing closer, resonating with your growth. Others are quietly fading, no longer matching your vibration. There's no conflict, no need to explain. The universe handles energetic mismatches naturally. You're not pushing anyone away. You're simply outgrowing dynamics that no longer fit. This is the nature of evolution, not rejection, but redirection. You're beginning to see relationships as reflections, not obligations. The ones that are meant to continue will grow with you. The rest will dissolve gently, making space for connections that nourish your spirit. Your relationship with money, too, is transforming. The fear is fading. You're no longer counting every penny or checking your balance in panic. You're not reckless. You're just not ruled by scarcity anymore. Something deeper has taken root. Trust. You're beginning to sense that abundance is your birthright, not a prize you have to earn. The anxiety that once surrounded finances is being replaced by calm expectation. This shift doesn't come from having more money. It comes from remembering who you are. Scarcity was a learned vibration. Abundance is your natural one. As you unlearn fear, you begin to see that life always provides. You might find yourself saying yes to small joys again. The good coffee, the warm meal, the little indulgences that once felt out of reach. These aren't luxuries. They're declarations of faith. The most significant transformation of all, though, is your relationship with uncertainty. You no longer need to know how everything will unfold. You've stopped trying to plan every detail, and in doing so, you've created room for magic. You've learned that control is an illusion, that life flows best when you stop trying to direct every scene. This isn't resignation, it's trust in divine intelligence. You've moved from being the director to being a willing participant in a story written by something far greater than you. This surrender doesn't make you weak, it makes you receptive. You're no longer chasing opportunities, you're allowing them to find you. You're not banging on closed doors, you're walking through the ones that open naturally. You're living in alignment with divine timing, and abundance can only meet you there. Every piece is falling into place, even if you can't see the full picture yet. Your frequency has been recalibrated, your energy has been cleansed. You've become clear enough for blessings to recognize you. Abundance isn't coming as a reward for your suffering or hard work. It's coming because you've finally become someone who can hold it, someone who won't push it away through fear, guilt, or disbelief. You've done the work, not by forcing, but by allowing. You've shed what wasn't you. You've made space. And now, the stillness you feel isn't emptiness, it's readiness. The quiet isn't absence, it's the hum of everything aligning. What's meant for you isn't ahead of you anymore. It's already here, circling closer, waiting for you to recognize it. Trust the pause. Trust the silence. Trust the strange calm that's taken over your life. This isn't the end. This is the beginning of everything you've been preparing for. You are ready now.